Let's talk about nuts. Not all nuts are good for your health, especially as we get older. And in today's video, we will discuss for powerhouse nuts that are great for your health and for nuts that you need to watch out for as we get older. Hi, I'm an internal medicine specialist. And this is because walnuts are a good source of omega-3 fatty acids. And we know that potassium helps counteract the effect of salt or sodium on your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, eating pistachios can be very helpful. Pistachios also have a low glycemic index, meaning that they won't spike your blood sugars. Pistachios are a good source of both protein and fiber, and this helps with blood sugar regulation. Why? Because cashews are higher in carbohydrates than other nuts and lower in fiber. And so eating cashews can spike your blood sugars, and they can also raise insulin. And that is a problem for people who are older, because as we get older, we get insulin resistance. And we don't want to raise insulin any more than it is already raised. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends and family. Also, cashews are high in oxalates. Oxalates are compounds that can bind to calcium in the urine and form kidney stones. And so if you have a tendency to make kidney stones, eating cashews can make that problem worse. Finally, pistachios are high in lutein and zeaxanthin, and these are antioxidants that help support eye health. The first thing wrong with macadamia nuts is that they are what I call a calorie bomb. And pine mouth syndrome is where you get this persistent metallic taste in your mouth after eating pine nuts, and this can last for days. Number 1. Store high-fat nuts like walnuts and Brazil nuts in the refrigerator. High-fat nuts can become rancid over time, and if they are stored in the refrigerator, they tend to last longer. Number 2. When you serve nuts, serve them in a small bowl instead of eating them straight from the bag. This will help you to pace yourself and not eat too many nuts. 3. Before you start eating a new nut, or if you're re-eating nuts more often than you did in the past, talk to your provider. Talk to your doctor. Because if you're taking medications for high blood pressure or diabetes or thyroid problems, some nuts can make these medications not work as well. Pine mouth syndrome can also suppress your appetite. And so pine nuts are actually sometimes used as an appetite suppressant. Pine nuts can also interact with medications that you take for high blood pressure, for depression, and for high cholesterol. And finally, pine nuts are small and slippery, and this makes them a choking hazard, especially for older adults who have difficulty chewing. Why? Because macadamia nuts are very high in calories. 1 ounce of macadamia nuts, which is about a handful, has over 400 calories. And they're also very high in saturated fat. Saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol, or bad cholesterol. And macadamia nuts have very little protein and fiber, and that means that they can't fill you up, and they can add extra calories to your diet. Finally, macadamia nuts are very high in fat. And high fat puts stress on your gallbladder. And if you have a problem with your gallbladder, eating too many macadamia nuts can make your symptoms worse. And if you want to learn more about how to use pistachios in your diet, check out this video here. 1 ounce of walnuts, which is about a handful, provides 13% of your daily requirement for omega-3 fatty acids. Brazil nuts are called the thyroid and immunity booster because Brazil nuts are high in selenium. You know, many people are deficient in selenium. And 1 ounce of Brazil nuts provides 90 to 100% of your daily requirements for selenium. Did you know that peanuts are actually legumes? Yes, they grow underground. And because they grow underground, they are more prone to molds that can produce toxins called aflatoxins. And aflatoxins can damage your liver. And if you already have liver disease, eating too many peanuts can make your liver disease worse. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids. And omega-6 fatty acids are good for our health, but only if we get the right balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Unfortunately, the American diet is very high in omega-6 fatty acids. And so eating peanuts can add to that problem. Check out this video here to learn more about omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. What does selenium do? Well, Selenium is a mineral that is needed to convert the thyroid hormones, T4, to the active form of the thyroid hormone T3. And since many older adults have hypothyroidism, it is really good to eat a food that has selenium. Selenium is also an antioxidant, and it helps the immune system. However, when it comes to Brazil nuts, less is more. And that's because Brazil nuts are very high in selenium, and eating too much selenium is toxic. And so you should limit yourself to 1 Brazil nut per day, or maybe 2 on special occasions. And if you want to learn more about how to use Brazil nuts in your diet, check out this video here. Now, what makes omega-3 fatty acids so special for your brain? Well, our brain cells, the outer part of our brain cells, or the cell membranes of our brain cells, are made up of omega-3 fatty acids. And so, it is really important to eat foods that are high in omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts also have polyphenols, and polyphenols are antioxidants. Some of these polyphenols can cross the blood-brain barrier. And once they are in the brain, they can help produce inflammation in the neural tissue of your brain. And what does that mean? That means that walnuts can help improve cognitive function. Now, walnuts are also a good source of melatonin, and melatonin helps regulate your sleep cycles. And if you want to learn more about how to use walnuts in your diet, check out this video here. And I'm the author of a best-selling book for people over 50. In today's video, we will talk about 8 nuts. Almonds are considered one of the best nuts for people who are older or for those who are at risk of osteoporosis. Why? Because almonds are a great source of calcium. 1 ounce of almonds, which is about a handful of almonds, provides about 25% of your daily needs for calcium. But almonds also provide magnesium, and magnesium helps the body absorb calcium better. The skin of the almonds contains flavonoids and vitamin E, which act as antioxidants. So these can help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. And that's important for older adults because as we get older, we get more and more oxidative stress and inflammation. And this is a way to help fight that. Also, almonds are high in monounsaturated fats, and this is why they are great for your heart. Monounsaturated fats can help lower bad cholesterol, which is called LDL cholesterol, and increase good cholesterol, which is called HDL cholesterol. Almonds are also a good source of fiber, and fiber helps lower cholesterol as well. And if you want to learn more about how to use almonds in your diet, check out this video here. Let's first talk about the 4 nuts that are very good for your health. No. 1. Almonds. No. 2. Walnuts. The reason that walnuts are so good for your health is because walnuts are called the brain saver nut. No. 3. Pistachios. Pistachios are called the pressure balancer nuts because pistachios are very high in potassium. Number 4. Brazil nuts. Now let's talk about 4 nuts that you need to watch out for as we get older. No. 1. Peanuts. No. 2. Cashews. The problem with cashews is that cashews are what I call a hidden blood sugar spiker. No. 3. Macadamia nuts. And number 4. Pine nuts. First of all, pine nuts have something called pine mouth syndrome. So now let me give you some recommendations on nuts in general. Well, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video.